Shalom, shalom to the 144,000, the elect. Before I get started, let me give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakah Qudash. Double honor to the apostle nails, the great millstone. Peace and blessings to the brothers that are preaching the truth in the four winds of the earth. May Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, have mercy upon you. Alright, y'all, I'm on CBS News. Hey, the name of the video is Everything We Know About Israel, Iran, and Where Trump Stands on the Conflict. Now, a little quotation you see right there in the front. President Trump meets with National Security Council in Situation Room as Israel and Iran launch new strikes. Be clear, let's be clear that the Heavenly Father say, what's that, Zephaniah 3:8, which I might start there. Wait upon me as I rise up against the what? The prey, roughly paraphrasing. So, this Iran and Israel conflict would not go away. It's not going to go away. You know, no matter how many talks they have, whatever, you know, things may die down. Who knows? But this is prophecy that has to take place. Just like America and Russia. Russia has to take place. So, you know, these devils speak with a forked tongue. And that term, let me look it up right quick. Forked tongue could two different definitions of it. Well, you know, this we in Babylon, but you know, but forked tongue, go and see. A forked tongue can refer to both a physical attribute, which is meaning, you know how them devils cut their tongue and split like a serpent. That's a forked tongue. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the metaphorically speaking term, which is metaphorically speaking with a forked tongue means to be let me slow down. Incensory goes into what? Deceitful or hypocritical. You know, America and Israel, they are the same. You know, they can be losing or not even losing the war, and will have you thinking that they're winning. This is what the overall narrative gonna always be when you hear these devils talk. They ain't never losing. They ain't never losing lives. Iran can be blew up 2,000 people. They gonna say no casualties. This is what they do. This is what a forked tongue is. Let's see. Let's see some furtive tongue. Hypocrisy. It can also refer to someone who is what? Is insincere or hypocritical in their words and what? In their actions. In other words, just an all-out damn liar. Let's see. The phrase has a what? Historic history, meaning a history rooted in Native American cultures, where it described those who broke treaties or promises. And who was that? Talking about America. But they put the Northern Americans cultures, which don't have anything to do with them being hypocritical or concerning. See, this is why you have to use discernment when you're using Esau's method of communication, meaning, y'all, that damn thing. God damn it, man. Hold on, y'all. I did something here I've been doing. Okay. So let's just get into it before this thing screw up on me. I don't know what it did. It did. She was trying to do something. Let's just get into the video.
Situation in the Middle East. Mr. Trump left the G7 summit in Canada early as a result of the rising tensions. Mr. Trump posted on his Truth Social platform before heading into the Situation Room, saying that the U.S. has, quote, complete and total control of the skies over Iran. He followed up with an additional post saying, quote, we know exactly where...
See what I mean? We know, let me read this here. We know exactly where the so-called supreme leader is hiding. Trust me, if they knew that, if Israel knew that, what you think they would do? You think they'll hesitate and not take this man's life? We know exactly where the so-called supreme leader is hiding. He is an easy target, but is safe there. We are not going to take him out, KILL, at least not for now. You had this proud, see the proudness of these devil men. They are proud, and then the process of them being proud, they're being deceitful liars. But we don't want missiles shot at civilians or American soldiers. Our patience is wearing thin. Thank you for your attention to this matter. See, the thing is that they're always want to seem as though that they are not the aggressor, that they are not the ones that kicking up what's kicking up, which is the problem, which is who. Wait a minute now. Okay, you ride with Israel now, right? What are they doing? They're over there committing genocide. So, but he say, but we don't want missiles shot at civilians. Really? It's not that what's been going on for a while now. Israel, who y'all ride with, is taking out civilians. And he talking about American soldiers. They don't care, man. They don't give a damn about American soldiers, American citizens. They don't give a damn about nobody. No citizens. All they doing is doing the work of the wicked elite. And in the process, the wicked elite is doing the work of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Let's hear them all.
Where the so-called supreme leader is hiding, he is an easy target, but is safe there. We are not going to take him out, at least not for now. The post follows sources previously telling CBS News that President Trump had opposed an Israeli plan to take out Iran's supreme leader. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says the move would ultimately end the conflict. The message coincides with a fifth day of exchanges between Israel and Iran. Israel says it has thwarted multiple attempted missile strikes on the country, although some have successfully made it through the country's Iron Dome. This as Israel is pressing forward with its own strikes aimed at taking out Iran's top military brass and its nuclear sites across the country. President Trump discussed the U.S. potentially providing Israel additional air while returning to the U.S.
Them people lying, man. Them people just shooting missiles over there. Whatever they can hit, they can hit. They ain't strategically trying to take out anything. Now, if they knew where it was, that's a possibility. You know, if you all knew so much, they said initially before it even started that they hit it and they knew exactly where it is. So now they talking about the same old rhetoric, the same old forked tongue speaking, and being hypocrite and proud and being liars. You know, these countries are always holding back against these devils because they really don't want war, but these devils be forcing the hands of these nations. This is why Esau, Edom, they're gonna get it, man. Israel is gonna get it, man, and Iran ain't going nowhere. Persia ain't going nowhere. They're not going anywhere, man, because they're gonna do the work of the Lord, the same way that God, which is Russia, is gonna do the work of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And they're not going anywhere. That's prophecy.
U.S. from the G7 summit.
This is not a scam.
1 second.
The health food allowance.
Shalak for that, man.
Remember, Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. It's very simple. We don't have to go too deep into it. They just can't have a nuclear weapon.
Let's bring in CBS News senior White House and political correspondent Ed O'Keefe for more on all of this. Ed, great to see you. As best you can tell, where do things stand in the Middle East for the White House?
Well, let's begin here at the White House, Meg, where the president is set to spend the afternoon meeting with national security officials about the situation in the Middle East. He has spent much of the morning since he returned from Canada early this morning on Truth Social, signaling that the United States, or at least he, is far more actively engaged now in what is going on over there, earlier suggesting that we now control the skies over Iran. That brought a lot of pause and questions about whether the United States was now directly involved and in control of Iranian skies. The White House has since clarified that when he said that, he did not mean the United States of America is in control of the skies over Iran, but it signaled that he was clearly getting some updates and engaging.
What else could you mean? What else could you mean? We now have complete and total control of the skies over Iran. Iran had good sky trackers and other defensive equipment and plenty of it, but it doesn't compare to American made, conceived, and manufactured stuff. Nobody does it better than the good old USA. Yeah, that sounds good. Does not Israel have the same weapons as USA? Yes, they do. So if they were so what did he say? They were so sky tracker defensive equipment, plenty of it, but it doesn't compare to American made. If it was so better than Iran, trust and believe, they'd have been took that place off the map. They'd have been took it off the map. But you know what? I keep telling y'all, the wait upon me as I rise up against the prey. That's the Lord.
Right after that, he then posted something on Truth Social suggesting that he knows, or the United States is aware of, where Iran's supreme leader is, but for now they're not going to kill him. And he reiterated a threat that he's been making since last week, that should Iran touch or attack American civilians or soldiers, service members in the Middle East, the United States would respond forcefully with military might. But this statement especially, we know exactly where the supreme leader is, he's an easy target, was one that drew some interesting reaction and a sign again that he is actively engaging in this during the day-to-day. Finally, he tweeted a little while ago, or Truth Social, unconditional surrender. And that was all that the message said, which again shows that he's trying to get Iran to back down and to engage in some kind of talk. He made clear in his flight back from Canada overnight, he's not seeking a ceasefire between Israel and Iran. He wants Iran to end its nuclear program. And he said he wants a real...
So he want Iran to back down. Why would you want Iran to back down if y'all have total control over their skies? Them jokers shooting them, Iran is shooting them missiles over there, man, and they trust and believe they touching Israel every single time. They're not touching with everything they shoot, but you best believe they touching them. Because if it wasn't, they won't be talking about some truth talk. In the same manner that they talking about, are they talking about truth talk with the only people talking about truth talk with the Palestinians over there is what? Is the other nation, because they're committing genocide with what? Against the people. So, you know, we're at the door, but we're not at the door. We're not knocking yet. Right? We're just blowing the horn because we still have America, y'all gonna go through pretty hell before this right here happens. Right? Because few things have to be implemented, concerning the New World Order, concerning this beast system, which is the microchip. Right? These things will have to come about in that great change within the inner workings of America, and then shall the end come. So until now, they're just Matthews 24:6, wars and rumors of wars, right? Even though they're actually going at war against one another, but they're kind of proxy in a small manner. They're not to the degree to when the law shows up in the sky, should I say? Because when he shows up in the sky, what's going to take place? He's going to be what? He's going to be ready for what? Nothing but total chaos, death, and destruction. And we're going to get into that.
End to their nuclear problem. and would be working on that during the day today. So we will see what more we learn about who he's meeting with, what they're discussing, what the potential diplomatic solutions or military options would be. But it is clear that, as we overheard this morning as a staff call was beginning around here, it's all about Iran today.
Ed, how is the White House looking to maintain the potential political fallout if the U.S. actively engages in the Israel-Iran war?
And you're talking domestic political fallout, which is we've seen this now in the last day or so bubble up, where there are supporters of the president, conservative leaders, MAGA aficionados essentially saying to him, don't do this. Do not get involved in another foreign war, as other Republican and Democratic presidents have before, but especially Republican presidents. It was 10 years ago this week, Meg Oliver, that Donald Trump became a candidate for president and began talking about his concerns with U.S. engagement in foreign wars. And this morning, the vice president, J.D. Vance, on his personal or political Twitter account, essentially defended the president to potential MAGA or Republican-based voter detractors, saying, look, he's been remarkably consistent on this. The U.S. shouldn't engage in this. He's also said, since he began running 10 years ago this week.
Let me get down a little bit. All this fluffy talk. All this fluffy talk with the proud leaders. Let's see this woman here out here.
Life is like inside Iran right now.
Hey there, Meg. Well, we know that Iran is reporting more than 200 people killed. We know that Israel has targeted and killed nuclear scientists and top military officers in Iran. And we know that Israel is also hitting Iranian military facilities and nuclear sites. There are also reports that many people in Iran are fleeing their homes, and in particular the capital, Tehran, for their own safety. That said, as international journalists, we cannot get into Iran right now to report on this conflict from the ground, and that is incredibly frustrating. However, where we are...
Yeah, it's frustrating because most of y'all ain't nothing but a bunch of spies anyway. You want to take pictures of things and, hey man, listen man. Trust and believe that if this place, they say 200, you know, until Iran speaks on concerning the casualties, which they probably already have, but I haven't seen it, you know. I haven't seen it, but they say, you know, these are a bunch of hypocrites and forked tongue speakers, and they're gonna always not give the truth. These people are not truth, even though they portray truth and they portray being for the people, which they never are, man. These people don't care about wars of casualties, right? That's why they say this is a war of casualty. Meaning what? The death of if 50 children die, then they're just hey. It happens in war. This is how they think. This is how they always carry themselves whenever a war take place against if Israel involved or American involved or any other Western nation. They don't play, man. They go over there and wipe it out and blow everything up and then give them money and then tax their asses. This is what America, this is what they're known for. They're known for going over in other people's countries and when they go over other people's countries, what do? They go over and blow everything up and then come back in and then they put their banks. This is how it was established of them taxing the world. They established that through what? Through them FRN, which is those Federal Reserve notes, which is their soon to be what? Obsolete. Soon to be obsolete because you got the BRICS. The BRICS, they have formed their union. So, you know, man, you know, a lot of, but the most important thing that we are waiting on is the MOTB, which is them forcing. But in Jacob Trouble / MOTB, New World Order. These things have to take and go in full-fledged. When I say full-fledged, I mean you're gonna suffer. You're gonna go through pure hell over here in America before the Lord crack that sky open. Because a lot of you are got to be tried. Meaning you're gonna be who you're gonna choose. You're gonna choose Esau, Edom, the wicked, of the earth, or are you going to choose the Lord, to suffer with the Lord?
Here in northern Iraq, we're very close to the border with Iran, and we've been doing trips up to that border, seeing Iranians coming over that frontier, some of them saying that they are fleeing the Israeli airstrikes. Now, most of those Iranians won't speak to us on camera. They say they're frightened of retribution or punishment from the Iranian government when they go home. But what they say off camera is absolutely fascinating. They've been telling us that they are frightened. They've never seen anything like this before, and they say that many Iranians are stockpiling food and fuel. Some of those Iranians have told us that they believe that the Iranian regime itself is frightened, and one man even...
See, lies. I mean, this you can't believe these people, man. You just can't believe people because they taking sure of call. I don't know if it's Iran or not. I've never been over that way, right? I don't know if that's the territory or that's where it could be Iraq. They could be anywhere. Who knows? The only person who actually know this is somebody that actually visit these parts of Iran. But even then, they want that video. You just can't just tell by and saying these people are frightened just because you show a bunch of cars leaving. That could be up somewhere in America. Hey man, these devils are something else, man. But they're gonna keep that narrative pushing, like everyone fears them, and they're the ones that are always in total control of whatever the narrative is.
Told us that he thinks this could bring down the Iranian regime. Now that is extremely interesting, because when Israel first launched its attack, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu essentially called on ordinary Iranians to rise up against their own government. And it is true that many Iranians hate the regime. When there have been mass protests, they have been met with deadly force. But thinking about...
See the lies? Who knows this in? But, you know, the lies. Anybody rising up against, who gonna rise? These people are just Iran. Now they proud too, but not in the same aspect of degree of what Esau Edom, which is the wicked. You know, no one is more proud than he is, right? But all of the nations, they are what? They all are proud because they all have what? At this present moment, they are rulers. But the Israelites, which is so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives of this land, they are what? They are under the feet of all these nations that are what? That are warring back and forth against one another. We just waiting. Waiting for what? For these devils to come down. Because they're going to come down. Just when you all think, when you get comfortable, and Esau, y'all going to ease up, they're going to relax to a certain degree, because he's gonna trick you in and thinking that he's the savior now. That's what they come here to do. Anytime they not come here to do, but that's what they do to the people. They manipulate the people's minds and have you get you comfortable. And then as soon as you get comfortable, there come that other wave of hell, which is on earth. And hell is a condition. Hell is not under no ground, no fire burning forever. Hell is a condition here on earth. Right? So let's hear a little more.
The Iranians that we've seen at the border with their country under bombardment, they seemed more focused on survival than revolution.
Survival mode indeed. Holly, can Israel achieve its goals without support from America?
Well, Meg, you know, Israel's already getting U.S. help of a sort. U.S. officials say that the U.S. has been helping to shoot down Iranian missiles, including with air defense systems. Iran has accused the U.S. of being complicit.
See the lies? See, they've been, and U.S. has been active with Israel from the beginning, damn near, from the beginning. You know, so all they doing is shooting down Iranian missiles. They ain't shooting on over there. See the lies, the forked tongue, the lies that they say they did. All they doing is stopping Iran's missiles, but they ain't shooting on over there. Come on, man. Come on, man. Anybody believe this? You know what? I really don't want to hear any more of this crap. So I'm going to the lesson concerning. But I'm gonna bag it up, and you can watch this crap. But I'm not gonna go into more of this. These lies. Let's go to first. Let's go to Matthew, which is Matthew 6. Let me get my thing here. But I mainly want to go into us being waiting upon the Lord which is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. But for him, these devils don't control anything, and they never have. Hold up. I gotta set my thing here. Matthew 24. 24 and 6. No, not 24 and 6. Let's start at 24 and verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? And this is a portion of the signs of thy coming in the end of the world, meaning Esau's end, right? There are definitely signs, and there are definitely signs of thy coming in the end of the world, because the end would not be here. It's not going to take place until Yahweh Shai shows up in the skies and put down all rule, right? Verse 4. And Yahweh Shai answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. See, this is all deceptive behavior that these devils is speaking, with all the hypocrites and lies, like they're in total control of everything. They're not in total. If they was in total control, why would they want to my bag up and you know, you controlling the skies? They say they total control over Iran skies, but y'all want to have a talk with Iran? No, you don't want to have a talk. Because you're not in control. If you want to have a talk with Iran, it's the reason is that Israel is getting trust and believe they're getting blown out the map worse than Iran is. Because if they wasn't, they wouldn't be talking about no talks about anything. Let's drop down to verse 6, which is Matthew 24 and 6. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. Huh? What come with those wars? Noise. Boom, boom, boom. Noise, right? See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must what? Must come to pass. But the end is not yet. See? We're not yet, because we still got to go through Jacob's trouble. You're gonna catch hell over here, man, before the end comes. You know, a lot of you all are gonna suffer like no other, and gonna mental anguish. You're gonna be suffer mentally. A lot of you all just gonna take yourselves out, delete yourselves. This is the portion of what has to come before what? Before the end comes. So, but it's not yet. Let me that part again. See that ye be not troubled. The elect is not troubled, because we'll trust and believe. We hoping it come today, but we know that it's not going to come today. It's not going to come within the hour. Because why? Because we are not yet there. Because there are certain aspects concerning, meaning the MOTB, that goes into the New World Order, right? For us to in Jacob's trouble. In Jacob's trouble. For what? See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So, but what I really wanted to go into, which is Zephaniah, Zephaniah 3 and verse 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. Who is the prey? Esau, Edom. So he's going to continue handing that judgment out. This is what Esau, Edom is doing. He's going to continue handing the judgment out with whatever it is that he has to do. But he's going to, in the end, he's going to be the one that's going to suffer more. Because, but as a whole, the entire world, the nations, all of the nations, they're going to be under us. Because why? Because, hold up one second, let me get this right. I don't know why I started doing this here anyway. And it ain't nothing but a distraction for me to keep messing with, stop my lesson. Zephaniah 3:8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations. Gather the nations where? In the Persian Gulf. Right? In the Gulf, what you all call the Middle East. Let me see. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may what? Assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon what? Them my indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth. And that indignation goes into what? A nuclear war, which is what? World War III. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. Let's get the kingdoms. Ezekiel. Let's go to Ezekiel and go in a little more in depth concerning Ezekiel. Ezekiel is Ezekiel 38, should I say? Right? Ezekiel. 1 second. Ezekiel 38. So this is evident, right? The wars and rumors of wars, and as a whole. Okay, first you got, again, I say the Iran and Israel conflict. It's not going to go away. Just as when the conflict start, soon Russia and America is gonna they're gonna get involved. Or however way the Lord play it, it's gonna be played. Those are the main two. We just say those are the main two characters, which is Israel, Iran, and America and Russia, which is God, which I'm about to read now, which is Ezekiel 38:1. In the word of the Lord, I'm not going into great detail concerning, I'm just reading a portion of it. I want to get down to verse 4, but I want to give you a little more context concerning what I'm going into. And the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Gog is the people, and Magog is the land, that's Russia, right? The chief prince, which is the president of Russia, and Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him. So Tubal and Meshach, which is Turkey, and which is, I don't know, they still allies now with European Union. Yeah, they probably somewhat, but we know that what the Meshach and Tubal, they're all going to be what, going to take part in what, in destroying said America, which is they're going to ride with Magog, which is Russia. Verse 3. And say, thus said the Lord God Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, O God, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. Now this is where I want to get, which is verse 4. Just want to give you a little more, just want to give you a little context concerning what I'm going into. And I will turn thee back. With Ezekiel 34:4. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. The jaws of what? Of all the nations. To what? To come up against America. America and Israel, right? And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring, meaning those hooks are going to what? That's the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh, forcing them to do his will. I will bring thee forth, and all thy armies, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, and even a great company with bucklers and shields, and all of them handling their swords. So war is evident. That nuclear war is evident. It's going to take place. Now, right quick, let's go to where am I going? Isaiah. I go to Isaiah right quick. Isaiah 34. Yeah. At the top. Pop right on it. Isaiah 34 and 4. 34 and 1. Come ye, come near ye nations, to hear and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. What are you coming to hear? To hear the what? The judgment of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. So Donald Trump is not in control over anything. The wicked elite is not in control over anything. They're in control of whatever the Lord wants them to do, and they're not going to stop the conflict between Iran and Israel, just like the conflict is not going to stop between Russia and America. It is evident. It's going to happen. Verse 2, which is Isaiah 34 and 2. For the indignation, and the indignation goes into what? Righteous hatred or anger. And because these people think that they are what? They think they are God. They have what? They have done, they proud as hell. Listen at them. We control the skies of Iran, and we know exactly where he is, and you know, that old propaganda BS. Verse 2 again of Isaiah 34 and 2. For the indignation of the Lord Yahweh is upon all nations. So this is what you're seeing. The Lord is pushing the nations against one another because, you know, they didn't let the Israelites alone. Because why? The Lord is in control of the what? Of taking Esau, Edom off the earth. We're out of power, we'll say at this present moment, out of power and authority in earth. For the indignation, I'm going to get into that too. For the indignation of the Lord Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fury, which is going to be that nuclear destruction, / Yahweh Shai, the chariots, which y'all ignorantly call UFOs, upon all their armies. He has utterly destroyed them. He has delivered them to what? To the slaughter, which is Armageddon, which is World War III. That's the portion of what I say, Iran and Israel. You know, they're going to draw what? The least of the flock is going to draw the conflict between these other nations as an overall. Let's go back over here to Zephaniah 3 and 8 again. Therefore ye wait upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. Against who? The prey is who? Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Esau, Edom is the wicked. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may what? Assemble the kingdoms, which I just gave you a portion concerning the kingdoms, right? To pour upon them my indignation, and concerning it being what? That indignation being what? The nuclear missiles, which is World War III. Even all my fierce anger, which is righteous anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. And this is what you're seeing. And it's not going to stop until let's go to Psalms Psalm 59. Let me see where I'm gonna start at. 1 second. Psalm 59. One second. Psalm 59 and 59 and 9. Hold up. Let me see. Make sure. No, let's go to, before I go there, let's go to Psalm 37. That's what I want. Psalm 37. 1 second. I'm gonna come back there. Psalm 37 and 9. Psalm 37 and 9. That's what I want. Psalm 37 and 9. For evildoers shall be cut off But those that wait upon the Lord Yahweh, they shall inherit the earth. Who is that? Starting with the what? The 144,000, which is the elect, which is men, and then the women and children. What? For yet a little while, verse 10, for yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Thou shalt diligently consider his what? His place, and it shall not be. So soon these devils is not going to be, because the Heavenly Father works with who? The meek, which is the ones that are what? That are the fruit of the Spirit. Right? So now let's go to what I said, Psalm 59, and it's bad. Psalm 59 and I think that's 9 too. Psalm 59 and 9. Because of his strength will I wait upon thee, for thy power is my defense. Proverbs 18, the 18:10, the Heavenly Father's name is a strong tower. So for those of you all calling upon Jesus, Jesus would not be able to save Jebus, would not be able to save you in what? In those times, because those times are going to be what? Where Esau Edom would no longer have what? Total control over the earth and over the people in the manner that he is. Let's stay in Psalms and go to Psalm 62. Let's see, Psalm 62 and verse. Let me start at verse 4, which is hold up. How long would I imagine a man should be slain? Let's start at verse 3. Psalm 62 and 3. How long will ye imagine mischief against a man? Ye shall be slain, all of you, as a what? A bowing wall shall ye be. That's Esau Edom. And as a what? A tottering fence. The only consult, verse 4, to cast him down from his excellency. And we're doing that what? With this truth. Right? They delight in lies. They bless their mouth, because they are what? That is his blessing. To be able to deceive you all in the manner that you are to deceive these devils with their mouth. They bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly. Because they're going to be what? They are the curse. Esau Edom is definitely the curse of the earth. But we are under the curses at this present moment. But we are what? We are slowly coming back and easing into what? But we still got to go through that hell. Those are the ones we got to be tried and see who is worthy to be what? To receive mercy during this time. Verse 5, which is the point. Psalm 62 and 5. My soul wait thou only upon thy power, for my expectation is from him. My soul thou only upon thy power, for my expectation is from him. He only is my rock in my salvation. He is my what? Defense. I shall not be moved. Let's go to verse 9. Surely men of low degree are what? Of vanity, and men of high degree. Hold up, y'all. 1 second. 1 second. Right? Verse 9 again about Psalm 62 and 9. Surely men of low degree are vanity, and men of high degree are a lie. To be laid in the what? In the balance, they are what? Altogether lighter than vanity. So Esau Edom is that lying, deceitful, forked tongue devil that needs to be what? Esau Edom is that definitely in that scope of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. So let me get one more and I'm gonna close this out, which is gonna be I think it's Psalms 104. Go back in Psalms 104 and 104 and 27. Hold on, let's see something. Verse 27. I'm going to close this out. Psalm 104 and 27. These wait all upon thee, that thou may what? Give them their meat in what? In due season. And we are definitely in the due season that the Israelites is about to come back into power and authority of the earth. So let the scriptures say that when the wicked rule, the people moan. And the whole earth is in moaning at this present moment, including the trees, the animals, and everything, because these devils is destroying everything, right? But when the righteous in authority, the people what? Rejoice. So get ready to rejoice, because Yahweh Shem Yahushua get ready to visit this devil to what? To bring him down to where he back to being what? That base man, which is the vagabond of the earth. So that normally say, call halal Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushua by Hashem, Kudash, Shalom.